Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the final round here at the fourth stop of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. We are in the beautiful Kuopio, Finland. This FPO coverage is brought to you by Natural Born Disc Golfer. Thank you guys for sharing it with us here at Gatekeeper Media. And this commentary is brought to you by Parked Podcast. My name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is Hayden Riccard. We've made it the final round.
Woohoo! We're here.
Excited to see this battle continue. Eveliina Salonen had some difficulty there, 7, 8, and 10. Other than that, a lot of birdies, just putting it to the metal. But a player who made up 4 strokes, had the lead at one point, just relentless. Henna Blomroos, just the bogey. Singular. Fun player to watch as well. We got to see last round Jenni Karppinen.
It's just the unfortunate triple bogey on 18.
Yeah, other than that, she's right in the mix.
And another person that we love watching is Heidi Laine. And 3 bogeys, but making a charge from where she was starting the first round. And she's back at tied 4.
Let's check into the top 10 here. Familiar names: Anna-Sofia Hypus, Olivia Kienstedt, Tiina Väisänen. I mean, we have some names here at the end of this top 10. Pretty far back, but still able to make a charge, make some movement in that middle of the pack. Let's get into hole 1, par 4, 709 feet. A hole that most of our card here is able to attack and needs to attack. It's final day. You're ready to go. Play here is going to be a driver, hyzer flip, trying to go full flight. If you can land right around this tree, maybe a little bit further than it on this left side, going to open up the attack into the green. And the difficulty here is if you're too long and left, you're going to finish into that unfortunate sand trap. But also, because that sand trap is there, a lot of players tend to be short of it and then have a longer putt. So it really is a lot going on in this hole. But if you can get it off going strong at the beginning, continue with that momentum, what you got to do.
Eveliina Salonen.
Just a 1-stroke lead heading into the final round. Totally different scenario when she had a 4-stroke lead going into round 2. So really needing to get it together and play all that she has today.
This is more turn that she's had than the first couple rounds, but this is looking great.
Yeah, getting past that spotter is going to be ideal. Pin high with this tree.
Henna Blomroos.
And Henna really just made a charge last round. I mean, at one point was down 6 and then came back to tie it. I mean, really just
took the momentum that Eveliina lost,
yep,
and really sucked it in and went for it.
Mm-hmm. With only 1 stroke back, it's going to be a battle. This needs to flip.
This needs to flip and get down. It's going to be OB.
Yep, taking a skip. That's not the way you want to start it.
We've seen her, though, in previous rounds, take that early OB stroke, but put it close for her par.
Yep. Gonna need to do that. Jenni Karppinen, great player we got to see last round. Some phenomenal putts. She has this natural anhyzer release to her drivers that just lets her just unlock a lot of distance, but doesn't lose any control.
She's gonna have to play clean because Heidi Laine is right behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1 stroke behind. And Heidi's going to push for those points, trying to get up into 3rd place.
Yep.
Edustaa Lahden Frisbee-klubia sekä Dynamic-diskiä Heidi Laine.
Yeah, and Heidi, I mean, someone I would consider to be a power player. I mean, she really does have so much distance. I mean, we've seen on social media so far in the offseason of 2021, so we move into 2022. I mean, she's hitting the gym. She is definitely putting everything she has into it, as this is a smash, barely any turn, hyzer flip.
I mean, wasn't it Turku? We saw her throw like 430 and park it.
I believe that was Helsinki.
That was Helsinki,
yeah. It was the first stop. She got one of, I think, the only birdie of the
hyzer
tournament.
flip.
456 feet, and she banged it.
It was parked.
Yeah. Incredible. If you want to see that highlight, head over to our Instagram at Parked Podcast and check it out. It was incredible. Henna, this is throwing. Oh, what?
It's a great skip, but
gonna still be short.
That's gonna be for her bogey. That was so fortunate for her, because if she was further back, that's looking at bogey at best or double bogey.
That was ridiculous.
And this is going to fade quick.
Needs to be short. Yep.
It is.
Thankfully, or that sand trap is waiting for him. And hear that wind moving a little bit, maybe affecting these approaches. Lower line to battle.
I love how she goes straight for this, but it's straight to a hyzer and then it skips up to its basket.
And I believe that'll be a tap.
3 in a row?
Yeah, 3 for 3. She has this hole dialed. At 709 feet, she's one of the furthest throwers on the tour and in the world. And I mean, she definitely has it.
I mean, Heidi is definitely up there as well. She's getting close, gets a little skip. Yeah, I mean,
yep, inside the circle.
Inside circle, easy uphill putt for her.
Already making a charge on Jenni, putting the pressure. This be a layup here for Henna. Yeah, knowing she's got 17 holes left, gonna lose a stroke here, if not 2. That is not much of a layup there from Karppinen.
I don't think so either. That was, hey, I'm gonna probably run this and try to cash it.
Yeah, there's not much, stopping her from it.
No.
Laine for birdie.
Great birdie.
Great way to start it out. Eveliina for birdie as well. Yeah, I mean, definitely the only player to go 3 for 3. Just incredible stuff. Has this hole dialed. The distance, the touch, the control. She comes into this hole 1 just completely warmed up, ready to go every single round.
Good par there from Jenni. And Henna has some work to do on these next few holes.
Yeah, already down to a 3-stroke deficit.
Let's go to hole 2, par 3, 289 feet. And this one, I mean, you're going to want to put close to maybe push for the birdie. We've seen a couple here and there. Got OB left, OB long, and then it's a blocking green, so you're going to try to do the flex forehand. We've seen Eveliina park this one multiple times, but a lot of these are going to end up circle 1 or just outside circle.
Yeah, I mean, this hole really is just like straight up playing defense on the right side. I mean,
no doubt.
It is just blocking it.
It says you're not allowed.
No.
You got to go this way.
The right height, the right angle is so important on this flex forehand. Well, this is early.
This is definitely early. It's going to hit.
Unless it does something crazy.
It's OB.
That's coming far back, actually behind the gate.
Yes, it is. And let's see what Henna can do here.
And maybe not able to feel the wind around that. You kind of hearing it, and it just never had the chance. Heidi going backhand, just not even really putting it into play.
Going putter. Just needs to get down. Circle 2, maybe outside circle 2.
And that's a range that she definitely has found before. Maybe a little closer to circle 2, but
you look at 2 through 4. They're not ones that are usually birdied a lot.
Yeah.
They are ones that are going to push more over par consistently.
Very inside line. This definitely needs to slow down.
Look at that wind.
Yep. Carrying it, and it finds the out of bounds.
See Henna going with the putter.
Looks to be like a tailwind right to left, kind of coming through that corridor. So when you put it on hyzer, everything's just being pushed left. You see it. Yeah, big movement left.
Oh, gosh.
It's good angle.
I think that's good correction for what she's had. She's always been outside, but avoids the OB.
Yep.
Let's see what Eveliina can do here to make up and put it close.
Yeah, and she's definitely going to be trying to pick up a stroke. Get that stroke back.
Giving it a run was Jenni.
Yeah, Jenni has a great...
From that angle, it looked like it was online.
Ooh.
And Eveliina just having to go to Anheuser putt, put it close.
Great line, though. I mean, you get that a little more height, a little bit more speed. I mean, that's in. Heidi for birdie. Ooh, just off the top. Yeah, she has this really beautiful Anheuser out of the hand, full flex putt that she just...
I love watching it.
Yeah, she has it under so much control. It's just right there for Henna. And that's a distance for Blomroos' putt that really just is never connecting. It's that outside.
I wonder if she works on that.
Yeah, that 40 to 50
off-season.
foot range. Going to be excited to see her attack in 2022. And once she can get that going, I mean, she's young. She has so many things. I mean, all these players here are quite young.
I'm
on the
pretty
tour.
sure all these players are young.
Yeah. And that's a part of her game that is, when it can get going, I mean, these battles are going to get closer and closer, more than they already are.
I mean, could you imagine being that young and starting?
I wish we did.
I mean, we were, but we weren't that good. Still aren't.
We were solid, but not pro tour solid.
Yeah, definitely not.
Hole 3, par 3, 413 feet. A hole that, when the wind comes into play, gets very difficult to attack. Par is going to feel really good here. OB on left, right, circling around the back. Doesn't really come into play too much if you can just land in the middle off the drive. The approach, not a lot of difficulty, but with the wind, you can pretty much expect players to try to get circle's edge at best, maybe give it a little bit of a run. But
And this one's given Eveliina a bit of a trouble every round, but she's been able to card her pars, but I think she can do it.
yeah, I think Heidi's another player who can get this close. I believe
the
that's a
form
grace
is
out of the
so
hand.
smooth.
This is serious distance,
Just outside circle 1,
but pin high.
definitely pin high. Didn't even look like she threw it hard enough.
No. Henna looking to match, try to get a little bit more fade. That late flip.
It stood up just a little bit there. Gives a good skip. She puts it close.
Yep, inside the circle on 3. Like you said, Eveliina just seeming to push this one just a little bit too straight.
This one needs to get down. She
Yeah.
goes OB.
And that's what happens. You try to go inside, and it's just difficult to get it not. You can see that flag moving that he's holding up. It's a big right to left wind. So once you put that on hyzer, it's going to want to push.
Keep carrying
Yeah.
all the way.
Probably the most wind we've seen
I think so,
far.
yeah. Especially on this course. We've seen rain. I haven't seen much wind, and this stands up nicely. Really good shot.
Yeah, about 100 feet left on that one. And all of our players inbounds, just trying to look and see if they can find the par. Henna definitely with a chance for birdie, but Eveliina trying to hold on to the lead, but throwing out of bounds, not going to make that easy.
Good approach from Jenni.
Yeah, she's got a great jump putt. And she's a player that when she's in that 100-ish range, she has a really good, just confident stroke,
She's
able to
made
match the
some
grade.
Really good putts from outside circle 1.
Yep.
Giving it a half bid. Just a little too early.
Thankfully, it doesn't kick up and roll.
This grass is a little bit thicker
Yeah,
on this green. And Heidi,
about 50 feet or so.
birdie. Just off the basket, left side. And that's where her misses are going to come.
Yeah, she has that Anheuser putt, so it's going to be a little bit left and right missing, but she's usually dialed on the height. Henna needing to find consistency from this range. It's low.
And that's what's going to eat her.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's something she struggles with, like we were saying. It's a push putt, but just needs to get a little bit more speed on it. The height usually isn't an issue with a push putt, but it's the speed, so it just dies a little bit early. Still going to pick up a stroke, make it back down to 1. And Eveliina, I mean, 2 bogeys in a row.
She's giving it back.
Mm-hmm.
I think the pressure is definitely getting into her, but we know if she gets hot on a couple of these holes, which we've seen, she can continue that. As we go into a hole that's going to play so difficult, it has all around, and we're on hole 4, par 3, 390, straight uphill. Seen Eveliina and Henna throw it very far on this fairway and getting it close, but no one wants to run this, being it's on top of the mountain to your left, not down here to the right as the drone pans to it. It's just a tough shot with the height requirement, but you also have the roll away. That's just the unforeseen, hey, I can't do this, don't want to do this, because bogey is there.
Yeah, the basket placement really is what makes this such a
perfect.
difficult shot.
As much as a player, you hate it,
Just needs to stand up.
it's in a great spot as a disc golf hole.
Yeah.
And that luckily got up for
Yeah,
Heidi.
it's a true par 3. It's one that you're getting a par, and that's best case.
That's what you want, though.
Yeah.
I mean, these easy holes are nice to see, but you want some difficulty, making them work for what they're here for.
Yeah.
See if Henna can push this one as far as she did in the last round. A little bit higher and more outside route. It clears the trees. It's a good kick down.
Yeah, really, if you could just get on top and be
that's
flat, you're in a good spot. Just needs to stay
Get
up.
up. Get up.
It does.
It's so deceiving from back there on that
It
camera.
is. Definitely is. And Eveliina, the furthest drive of the group, but it doesn't really mean much.
No.
I mean, everyone's still going to
You
be
can
laying
throw
up.
as far as you want and as close as you want to this hole. It's still nerve-wracking putting.
It's still par.
I mean, yeah,
Unless someone throws in here, I don't
did
believe it's
see
been
it,
birdied all around.
where they were 15 feet to maybe 10 feet and still take a bogey.
Yeah, and that was in the men's division. And
Yes.
I mean, you still saw rollaways, so see if Henna can put this close.
Just needs to sit.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Stays inside the circle, but that's going to be a straight uphill putt. And that's what happens. You get a little bit short on the drive, caught up left, and then feeling like you need to put it very close and you push it too far.
This is going to be a tough comeback for par.
Still a lot left there for Karppinen.
Even that from Haiti, knowing the backdrop is down there. I mean, you got to go for it because it's par. You don't want to take bogey.
Oh, as that catches a weird edge and doesn't fade towards the basket, but fades away.
But it's nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah. Jenni for par.
Great par.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Great putt. Definitely her putt has been keeping her. I mean, it's why she's on the lead card here. And having to lay up for the bogey, I mean, it's just not worth it. You miss, and then you could roll down, roll further away.
double, triple,
Easily.
adds up quick.
80 for par.
Good putt.
Eveliina to get a stroke back, extend that lead to 2.
Good par putt.
Final round, if you can shoot even, I mean, you're going to be in contention. If you're Henna or Eveliina, I mean, it's just being able to, like you say, consistently being able to keep that scorecard with less red.
This is the most red we've seen so far on the front 9
Yeah.
from them.
We saw Henna in round 2 go bogey free on the front 9, and we saw Eveliina in round 1 go bogey free. So moving into hole 5, par 3, 446 feet. A hole that we have seen a couple players be able to access and get birdie on. Really going to be able to go everything you have max distance driver, that left to right movement is going to get you closest to the pin. As you can see where the drone's flying now, it drops off just a little bit. So if you can be fading out right around there, find yourself in that circle's edge, maybe inside the circle. But yeah, just don't fade out too early. The out of bounds does come into play. We did see in round 2, Henna put this inside the circle and pick up a stroke on the entire field.
That was a fantastic drive.
This wind looks to be in the favor too. Oh, this can turn.
Oh, this is good. Look at the height on this one. This is
Heidi Laine putting on a show, skip forwards.
Yes.
And she is well inside the circle.
As we said,
She has the distance.
And it's been such a struggle for other players, but if you have the distance and you can shape that shot perfectly.
Yep. And she does just that.
And it's that almost downhill to back uphill to downhill, almost like rolling hills kind of shot.
It's a good line here from Jenni, but just not enough distance.
If you land where the stand is to your left, it's the camera pans, or even close to that, that is a good upshot.
Yep.
The pin's actually closer than what it shows in the follow flight on the drone, the preview.
This needs to flip.
It just needs to get down.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeesh.
She's playing with it.
Yep. And Henna able to go full attack.
See if she can match her shot like she did in round 2.
Just match Heidi.
Yeah. Hopefully not too much turn.
Not enough turn, maybe.
She's down the fairway far enough, but hopefully this checks up quick. I mean,
still in a range where she can run it, yeah. Mid-circle 2.
Maybe a half bid.
Yep.
Or if she wants to get full attack, she can go for it.
That's going to be a difficult putt there. Kind of weird footing. She's going to be inside the circle, but definitely not where she wanted to be. Great layup. That's something, too, you don't talk about it often, but on some of these holes, and this course specifically, is having your approach game be in a good spot, because these greens, and you're going to see it consistently, especially when you get on the back 9, even on these par 3s, if you can just be able to control your angle, as we see Heidi go for birdie.
Great birdie. Taking another one.
2 under through 5.
Yeah. Takes the spot for 3rd place.
Yep.
Clean. She's clapping to herself. Love to see it.
I mean, that's the 2 longest holes we played so far. And what did we say on hole 1? She's the power player. She has the distance, and she is taking advantage of it.
And I love her putt. It comes down slow. She moves the other hand in sync and then releases.
Yeah, the
timing's on point. That Anheuser putt is hard to time. Good par save. I see the players breaking.
Yeah.
I was going to say breaking out the umbrellas again. Maybe the rain's coming in just a little bit. It's going to change up how they play just a little bit.
Yeah, grip is going to come into an issue. The umbrella game is strong, though. Those are some sweet umbrellas they're pulling out. Gonna look at the gallery here as we move into hole 6.
Hole 6, par 3, 364 feet. This one's a tough one. We've seen many players end up early right, trying to get the max hyzer play, skipping into the screen. Definitely want a straight to hyzer, match the grade, and not go on the backside too long where that OB comes into play. Honestly, you really just want to be left or just a little bit right.
Yeah, and at 364 feet, I mean, because of how scary the backside of this is, you're going to see players maybe disc down to a mid-range and just
needs to get
control.
Down.
It does. That's layup range, though. But like I was saying, the 364 feet for the FPO division, the backside of the green doesn't really come into play too much, except for on the putt.
Yes.
And if you're going to be running that putt, you're in a range where it's a guaranteed make. Because of the drop-off and the difficulty that can come, A lot of our players here are going to be going short on purpose, knowing that that backdrop is there.
Yeah, this one's been playing consistently around par. For this round, I haven't checked yet, but we'll check here in a minute.
Eveliina going mid-range. It's a touch too stable.
She made the correction from round 2, but definitely stable. She didn't want to hit and leak early and hit that tree that comes into play on the right side. But I think Henna, you're going to see do the same play. Just a little bit left.
Yep, similar spot. Just not enough turn.
Yeah, this one's definitely just par play for sure.
Yep. The advantage of having that Anheuser putt, you're going to land flat. And limit rollaways, limit skips, especially on a hole like this where that can get nasty quick.
See everyone else rolling. That rolls on the backside. Sit down.
Oh, thankfully it slows
that did
down.
not. Glad that didn't get up on its spine and roll to the right.
And you'll see this continue for the rest of the round. These basket placements so intentional that if you're not inside the circle, you're laying it up, which is why a lot of these holes are playing closer to par compared to some courses.
Just over.
Hey, if you're in that 40 to 50 foot range, we've talked about it a lot in previous rounds of this tour, you're able to run stuff.
Well,
This course specifically, you can't.
They definitely could have put this basket in the middle, played more flat ground, have no roll away unless you go very long.
But instead, you're
But
3 feet away.
Make
from
them work
the
for it.
drop. And it kicks right.
And Jenni,
Just laughing and realizing she rushed it.
Crap.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
Unfortunate. Going to be a par there for Heidi, but
Yeah, going back to that, I mean, it's all intentional. I love seeing it. The more difficult, you see more match play. You see more, hey, I need to push this, but also, hey, I'm just going to go for par.
yeah.
I don't need to do anything fancy, and there we go.
I think what we've seen so far from this finish style golf and course design is it is more golf.
Yeah.
Is it saying, hey, if you're close to par, it's not a bad thing.
And close to par is this hole that has been eating up everybody's lunch money.
Yeah. Hole 7, par 3, 253 feet. Straightforward hole. Quite downhill. Tee pad's on the right. You're going to throw a left to right moving shot, maybe a forehand, but a lot of players are going to throw this turnover backhand. A hole in which the green is so fast, you think you parked it, and all of a sudden you're out of bounds.
And this is the one that changed the turning point in round 2 for Henna
everyone.
Henna, Eveliina, and everybody. And this one goes long.
Yep.
For Heidi.
And she hit the ground about 3 feet long of the pin, but still finds the out of bounds.
And she was throwing a putter.
Yeah. And finding skip on a green. So I think if I'm walking up to this, I mean, you're not trying to put it too high because it's going to work down, but then this is the overcorrection.
You put it too short.
Yep. And now you have no chance of running that.
No.
She slid up pretty good, but still.
You're not running that.
After
if you're her,
after she took I think it was a 7 on this hole.
She took a double bogey.
Yeah, so it was 6. Or 5, sorry. My math is great. Henna trying to put this one close, trying to find her first birdie of the round.
Just needs to get back left.
If it fades.
And sit. Shoo!
Yeah, she
That's
slides to
how
circle's edge, but
so fast. And you can see her face, like, just please check up. Please check
out of the
up.
hand, she's thinking it's good, but then it's like, oh, gets away from you.
And this is a tough one. You have to go backhand,
Yeah,
I think, to match it. And this is another mistake.
it's an overcorrection.
Overcorrection. Scared of the skip play, going past the basket.
And Jenni's got a good positive mindset too. When she's throwing these bad shots, she's
yes.
kicking 11. She's looking over at Heidi and just laughing. I mean, she's enjoying it and just going, a little bit off. It's okay.
I think this one, you just got to come in soft.
Yeah. Just maybe a higher Anheuser than these players are
Yes.
doing. Try to land flat and just collect instead of this lower direct approach.
Exactly. Like that. Getting the curl back towards the basket, making it on that right side rim.
Yep.
Making it no question.
Like we expected, even from circle's edge. It's just
It
not
almost
worth
kicked
it.
up there.
It did.
I don't know if you saw that.
Heidi coming back for par.
It's a big putt for her. just short. Gosh. It's going to be your first bogey.
Oh, and just overcorrection on the height. Going to be coming back for par there is Henna. Thankfully, it's not for bogey. And we got a shout out on hole 7 here. Anna-Sophia Hypus. We've talked about it in previous rounds. Round 1, she aced it. Round 2, birdied it. Round 3, birdied it. You talk about a hole in which a lot of our players have been struggling.
I wish we could have footage of what she's throwing.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the same thing every time because it is. It's like she spent all of her practice time on this hole. I mean,
no doubt.
And it's paid off. Picking it up. I mean, she's gone 4 under through 3 rounds. I mean, it's incredible on a hole.
And that was the first ace we've seen in all tournament.
Yeah.
In every one of them.
I think there was one in Helsinki.
Yes, that's right. There was.
On 16.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, shout out to you, Anna-Sophia Hypus. I mean, it's incredible to be able to, on a hole that's so simple, like we said, but can get difficult so fast. Consistency there, amazing.
Another one that can get difficult fast if you're not careful is hole 8, par 3, 302 feet. Going to see mid-ranges to fairway drivers trying to dive into this hillside and just sit. A lot of our players are going to end up a little bit short, but if you do get the skip, you want to skip short and then up to the basket.
Yeah, if you come in on the backside of it, maybe push a little too straight off the drive, those skips kind of match the angle of the hill, and then you continue far, even find the out of bounds on the backside. A lot of spike here.
This is going to be a huge uphill putt from there.
Yeah, hoping that it's sat. Going to be blind, probably. Disking down.
And Henna trying to maybe change what she's done in the last 2 rounds. Hopefully this one checks up early, gets a skip.
Yeah.
A lot better. She was on the backside in the last 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing because that's an easier putt from back there.
Yeah, you're not bringing the out of bounds in, but let's see how Jenni corrects off of that, going mid-range as well. More of an inside line.
Hopefully this gets a good kick.
Ooh, hitting some rocks, I believe.
It's gonna be
it may have stuck, but footing probably going to be odd. We really haven't seen anyone in that area. Heidi to correct off that.
This looks far and short. It's going to be a layup from there.
Yeah, with the roll away on the backside, the steep. There's really no chance to run that from where she's at. And that down tree in the way. Great approach. Still in search of a birdie on the front 9 is Jenni Karppinen, as we see Eveliina lay up as well. Henna in position to attack. So we're going to go to Heidi, who I expect is going to lay up as well. Yep. Henna looking to get a stroke on the card. Just low again.
I think she took her time and actually committed to that. She may have gotten it. It's just a little bit low. Went a little rushed.
Yeah. Those are the ones
But
that
I think
it's
she
going
was
to pull
also
her
afraid
closer.
what's behind.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's
who
seen the
wouldn't be?
rollaways. She knows that it's a possibility, and unfortunately, going to find par our entire card here, but only losing a stroke to 1 or 2 players max.
That's not too bad.
No. As we move into hole 9, par 3, 348 feet. Mandatory immediately out of the hand. Going to need to go through this gap and then just continue right. The difficulty and trouble comes if you push too straight or if you skip and go OB, roll, go OB. I mean, the out of bounds inside the circle around the backside and it slopes off immediately. So getting it close here is going to be ideal. If not, you're laying up.
There's another one that's like hole 7, just a little bit further back, but it's a touchy green.
Yeah, and blind off the tee pretty much is immediate dogleg right.
This is going to be short inside. It's going to have to get down.
I need to check up and not skip. Oh, and it doesn't have a lot of skip, but just a little bit too far. And that's going to be a difficult comebacker as well to save par. I mean, she's outside the circle there.
Uphill, outside circle.
Doors open for Henna to get one back.
She made the Mando.
Thankfully,
That's
yeah.
going to be a tough approach to the green, though.
Yeah, we've seen the footing a couple times down there, and it is not enjoyable. Backhand putter here for Karppinen, sticking to the game plan she had in round 2.
Just needs to turn and get down.
And she did that, I mean, in previous rounds.
Yes, she did.
Knowing that disc is never going to turn enough to maybe get to the pin, but it's also not going to go long. And knowing she can get par, or she sees the 2 people that are ahead of her struggling off the tee. Backhand from Heidi as well.
And another kick early.
Again, making the Mando. It looked like she maybe stayed a little bit further back, but might have a little bit better footing. But
We'll see. Oof. Nope.
This needs to hook up.
Yes, it does.
And it doesn't in time.
That's so... And you can see how fast it just continues to go. She's going to come back pretty far, too.
Yeah, I mean, the downhill, goodness, that footing.
This is even worse.
Catching immediate. Still continuing pretty far,
Got a good
but
distance off
it's going to
that.
be bogey at best.
This hole is, again, just eating some
Yeah,
players.
It's one of the most difficult holes on the course. Gets away from her a bit, but she's had some confidence from that range today.
Good approach from Henna. For
Be a
her
tap-in bogey, but Eveliina did go out of bounds as well, so
She
probably
have to
not
make this
losing one.
She does.
What?
Great putt.
Let's go to the Kochi Pizza slow-mo. Going to have a look here at Eveliina's putt. It's incredible, just the commitment of that, being able to get all the way into the basket, saving par and saving a stroke lost to Henna.
Similar distance is Heidi. Just off the top.
Yep.
Unfortunate. And Jenni.
So we now get to the Kochi Pizza slow-mo of Eveliina, nose up the whole way. Fading back. Sorry for the confusion here.
And Jenni makes it for her par.
And it'll be bogey here for Heidi. Excuse me, this might be E. Double, yeah.
bogey.
Sorry, I was like, yeah, I think it is double because she did go out of bounds in the approach.
She hit early.
Yep.
Out of bounds on the approach. And that was the front 9. I mean, from Heidi,
Not-
very well.
3 birdies on the whole entire card.
This is the most red we've seen from Eveliina and Henna on the front 9.
Yep.
If you look
Heidi
at her
jumping a
leaderboard.
spot, tying it up for 3rd. Jenni Escalinen jumping a spot as well. Not too much movement, but
Not a
this
lot.
wind has really made this course a lot more difficult. Some of these longer par 3s our players are able to attack in previous rounds. Today, not really.
No, and I think you're going to see another chase, even though Eveliina is 3 strokes actually ahead of Henna.
Yep. Be sure to like and subscribe here at Gatekeeper Media. We got 9 holes left here on the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. Excited to take it down and walk through it with you. My name is Mitch Phillips,
And I'm Hayden Riccard.
and we'll see you for the final 9 holes here at Kuopio.